have any music going either because, well, hey, I've got the water pot boiling over next to me, and I do hope that that doesn't get too distracting off of this, and I hope that I hope that we don't have to hear this or that it doesn't block out my voice because it's going to make this stream, well, pretty pointless if you can't hear me. But I'm J. Edgar. We are in the kitchen today. I've got the live chat up here, so you know, if you guys want to talk or chat, I will be watching as we go. I actually have my laptop sitting in here. It's crying because it has to work again, but my laptop is in here. We're going to do some work. We're going to do some chat. Hi, Leaf is here. Welcome on in. And yeah, right now you are streaming out from my phone in my kitchen cabinet right now. So, well, that's going to be the best way to do it, and we'll see how long the battery lasts because I know we're going to want to simmer this chicken broth for a good hour or more. So, what are you up to? We're going to cook today, Hi, Leaf. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're up to today. We're going to cook. I just tested to see how this goes. I know the lighting is going to suck. That's something we can't avoid right now. I'm going to get a ring light or something underneath here, but something to overcome the overhead light over there. It's going to make me look like I have a halo. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. But yes, this is my kitchen. Right there is the wall that burned. It's out of the shot right now, but there's the wall that burned. I still have the char marks on the mostly symbolic salt and pepper shakers that are up there right now, because I actually have to take those apart and clean those up, because those still have charring marks and also chemical from dry chemical fire extinguisher on them. But yeah, so we're gonna start with the chicken today. We're gonna start with the chicken broth. So I got some veggies. It's my celery seed. I don't want that. Go away. I got some regular celery though, some carrots. Down here in the bag by my feet, I've got the cucumbers for the pickles and the onions. But this is going to take the longest, so this is what we're going to do first. So we'll get the chicken into the pot. I got 3 pounds of chicken leg quarters, and you always want to use chicken leg quarters or dark meat chicken, no matter how you do it. But you want to use that because it is the richest in flavor and it is the fattiest. The fat in the chicken and the bone as well, but the fat in the chicken is going to be what's going to give your flavor to your chicken broth. Now we're not going to debone it or anything else like that. Yeah, we're doing some canning today. We're doing some prep work, which, as I said on Twitter earlier, we're going to see if there's any chance that I get kicked off of YouTube for overly prepping. Oh my God, he's prepping. What a prepper. What is he doing? He doesn't trust the government or something. So yeah, we're just doing some prep work and doing some live chat. So let's get this tossed right back. Let's see what's in my shop too. I cleaned my kitchen for you guys, by the way. Still have to do some work with the floor. Sweep and mop. We'll do that afterwards. I'll do that afterwards. You don't have to hang out with me while I sweep and mop. But other thing that we have here, a little bit of prep that you're not going to be able to see in the shot, is I've got my sink full of soapy water over here. You'll be able to hear me from that. You won't be able to see me. That's just right off to my right hand over here. And when you're canning, there are 2 things you got to do. You got to make sure you're starting with a very clean jar, which is why we've got the soap and water there. And then you will sterilize that in the boiling water. That's why I started the boiling water now instead of waiting until after we have some product to put into it. Because we're going to want to sterilize these jars before we put them in the pot. But let's start here. We're going to take this chicken here. Chicken leg quarters, 3 pounds. Put them in my Dutch oven. Get rid of whatever this fucking moisture pad is off the bottom. Oh, it's not all thawed out. But the moisture pad comes out. That's gross. Get rid of that. Arrange the rest of this in the pot so we can get some other good stuff in there. We are also going to wash up because we don't do cross-contamination in this kitchen. And then we're going to pick up the styrofoam pad and then wash up again because, well, that was fucking stupid. That's why. That's the other fun advantage of having the hot soapy water sitting right here next to me is that we can go ahead and wash up right away. We are going to get some celery in this right away, and we're, there's going to be some cross into some of the other stuff that I do in this kitchen here. Sitting behind me, and you might see a little bit of the purple light off of it. I moved my plant setup from my bedroom, where the UV lights were, and they were keeping me the fuck awake. I moved that out to the kitchen where the humidity is, because these carnivorous plants that I have that don't go dormant are going to thrive in the humidity right now. So, but we're going to take this, and we're also going to regrow some stuff, including this celery root at the end. We'll get that set. I might do that on camera even yet, but we'll get that set up, and we'll put some skewers in there. We'll get that going. I think that'll be a cool time. Let's get a knife. And just a clean chop off at the end. Save this, because you can make more celery out of it. Don't have to go to the grocery store as much. That's always a good thing. Do your plants feed on vegans? They do not. They are not big enough to feed on vegans. It's a cool idea. I like where you're going with that, but no, they're not big enough for that. But we'll throw that over there, because we will set that up later on. Let's get probably 6 good-sized stalks in here. Chopped up, of course. Save the vegetables. But that's the other thing. Yeah, we'll probably... No, we won't have time to do that today. I am getting close to a full bag of vegetable scraps. But I also make vegetable scrap broth. And I save the ends of all my vegetables for it. Actually, because we're not doing a lot here, we might not have to do 6. Or we might, because some of this is going to be shorter too. But yeah, I save the ends of all my vegetables. And when I'm done with it, I make a cool vegetable broth, which usually with the amount of peppers that I put into it, because I cut up so many peppers, I save the hearts and everything from my peppers, like the seeds and everything, and those go in there too. And once you put the seeds in with everything, it does, that's where the spice comes from, out of those peppers. And that's sweet peppers, jalapenos, or whatever. They all go in the bag. And I make a really nice spicy broth, which that's got some crap on there. We'll get rid of that. We'll put that in the scrap. But it makes a nice spicy broth, which is good for, like, if you're doing a ramen or something. Or I used it in my chicken tacos last time. So... yeah, save your vegetable ends, make a broth out of them. Self-sufficiency. And I mean, I'm not doing this out of a full-on prep idea either, because I'm not a big prepper like that, but, emergencies happen. And this is a good skill to know too, like if the power goes out for an extended period of time, if you're out for an extended period of time and you can't get power or anything else back to the house, your freezer goes bad, well, you can take most of the meat out of your freezer, most of the vegetables, and can them. They're not going to be as good as canning your fresh stuff out there like we're doing, but it'll get you by in a pinch, especially if you are in a situation, a tornado happens or an earthquake happens. If you're in an earthquake-prone place, there's no power. If you're in Texas and it's going to take days to get power back, you can build yourself a little fire, run your little pot like this, and get started. I think that's actually going to be enough. I think this will be the last one. Get a clean Ziploc bag, because I think let's grab the one out of the freezer. Let's see how much fuller we are. Oh, we're getting there actually. Yeah, just onion peels, vegetable peels, the ends of broccoli, peppers, stuff like that. That's all you need off of this. And then when you're done with your vegetable pieces, toss them in there. Leave this out for a little bit because we're going to use it for the carrots. Hopefully it won't thaw too much off of this. Let me go put this over on the freshly cleaned table. We'll put that up a little bit later. Alright. Leibt to the Max says, are there carnivorous plants besides Venus flytraps? Yes, there are. Let me get this chicken broth going, and we can definitely, because they're right there, we can go over and have a look at my our carnivorous plant collection, and my onion ends too, by the way. And that's the other thing I do, is I replant all of my onion ends, just the way I do with the celery. Just like I was saying with that. I have yet to get an onion out of it. But I will get one day. I will figure out, I will crack the code of how to get an onion out of that. I do have one stalk going. So I might get some red onion out of that. But other than that, no. Alright, let's do 2 good-sized carrots to go with this broth. And I mean, you don't have to worry about finely cut, finely chopped, anything else like that. We're using, of course, the Bolt House carrots. We've got 2 good-sized ones off of that. And I mean good-sized carrots. That was actually a fortunate pull off the grocery store. But yeah, we got 2 good-sized carrots off of this. Where's my vegetable peeler? Be nice if I had just picked up all the stuff that I needed off the out of here before I grabbed it. Take the ends off each end. Just a little end off of that. Into the bag you go. It'll be a part of our vegetable broth. Let's get a peel off of there. Now, some people say that you don't need to peel the carrots when you're doing broth. I do it specifically because then I can use it for the vegetable broth later. I don't necessarily need to. Let's see. Leibt to the Max says veggie broth sounds good, nice. Yeah, no, it is delicious. As a person who has before this year only ever done meat-based broths because I thought that vegan broth was, well, vegan. There's no other way around that. I thought that it was that. No, I've only ever made beef broth and chicken broth before. But no, the veggie broth has its purposes, and it is delicious, healthy, and nutritious. And we'll take these peels right here into the bag. There you go. Should have told my mom I was doing this. I actually had debated while I was thinking about doing this here on another stream here, setting everything up, actually using my computer for everything, and going and doing something. Because my sister, I'm doing a little bit of water bath canning right now. My sister has a pressure canner, and she cans all kinds of stuff. I cleaned out my cabinet this morning, today, so I could find all the spices that I would need for the pickles and the pickled garlic. I cleaned out my cabinet today. And boy, oh boy, I found some of the stuff from like 2014 when my sister said she was she's being a little canning machine, is what her exact words were. And I found canned venison, applesauce, pickles. I found all kinds of stuff in here, and it's all good, it's all preserved, it's all, I mean, there's no germs or anything else off into there, no preservatives, just straight up canned like that. And yeah, she can do a whole kind of stuff. Plus, I think the on-air dynamic would be kind of fun to, sit there and talk to my sister and talk to you guys while we sit here and do work like this. So I'll float the idea behind her, but the other part of that is she has got 3 rambunctious children. And you know how I feel about putting the kids in the shop because, there are weird people out there. And I think it'd be hard to keep them out of the shop. And I love my niece and nephew. I just don't want weird people on the internet to love my niece and nephew. Let's see, we got to catch up here. Leibt to the Max says, sometimes we'll put our green onions in a cup of water so they can regrow. I do it just straight in the dirt. I don't do it in the water. And then, yeah, I'll cut the stalks off again and make more green onions off of them. I've had some pretty good-sized green onions come back up out of that, but, when you get busy throughout the summer and you forget to water, then your green onions don't pass away. Or when the animals knock them down. I was having so much problems with animals this year. But yeah, I'm going to do that, especially since I've got the grow light. Because, I only get 4 hours of sun from the direction we're facing. We're facing east. I only get 4 hours of sun from the window that's sitting over here to my right. So I've got the grow light. Don't worry, there's no fucking weed. Trust me, I wouldn't be living in a place this small if there was fucking weed there. Trust me on that. But yeah, I've got the grow light, so I'm going to see if I can do some stuff, either get it started indoors while I'm here, or get it fully grown indoors while I'm here. I've got some herbs, I've got some peppers. I'm actually going to start my garden, now, to see if I can get some better growth out of it. Alright, what else do we have here? Oh, we might have to scroll up here. Leibt to the Max says, life hack / skills. Nephilim says, what you up to? We're making chicken broth right now. A Nephilim. And then, yeah, all the selling of the wares. Highleaf says, today at 6, crazy anti-government person teaches people how to be independent. Yeah, we'll probably get kicked off fucking YouTube for this. Alright, let's see, what else do we have here? Let's get this in here. Alright, and the last part of this, nice big white onion. Good stuff there. We are going to, because I'm not doing, like, when I do this usually, I get the, and then I think this is part of the problem, because I tried to cook it all in this pot over here, but I get, like, the big 10-pound bag that's on sale currently right now at Woodman's for $7. I get the big 10-pound bag, and I put it all in here and just wait and simmer it all day. And then my broth never turns out for whatever reason. So, yeah, that's why we're doing a smaller batch off this. Plus, it won't take as long to cook. So we'll use a quarter of this onion. And then I'll cut the rest of it up. Probably while we're waiting for it to simmer. And put it back in the freezer with the rest of them. Then at 7, government shutdown and the fake news that follows it. Nice. I love you, Highleaf. I don't know if Elaine is ever coming back. I wish she would. I like Elaine. I like working with her. I know that she's with a new boyfriend, about to be a new husband now, and trying to adjust to the new family is a little bit off as well, and her getting out with the other family. I hope she comes back. I really like working with Elaine. We have had a lot of disagreements over the year that we worked together, and I really like working with her still. Onions, onion pieces, all go into the scrap bag as long as it's out here. And we will leave a little square here with the roots on the end, just like that, with the light behind me so I can't see it anyway. And I will put that in a cup of dirt. And put this over here. And see if we can't get another onion to grow. Can you can as you can? No, I cannot. Because we don't have a music out here, because I don't want to get a copyright pop. Let's see. Nephilim says, nice, never made it, but I do enjoy some premix that I've had a chicken broth. Yeah, no, you should learn how to make your own. It is so surprisingly easy. Like, I'm not even measuring right now. That's how easy it is. Throw a little bit of chicken in a pot, get enough water out to cover it, throw some vegetables in there for flavor. We're actually going to put some garlic in there too, but not from the big bag ooh, that was fucking loud. Not from the big bag that we're using to make the pickled garlic cloves. These are specially for that. But I do have some other garlic out here that we'll use, and we'll throw some cloves in there. So, oh, Jesus Christ. Sharpen your knife, J. Edgar. Right through the top, down the side. Save your scrap. Save your scrap. Save your scrap. And put that in there. All that can go right in there, because that can all go right in your vegetable broth. No problem there. Get this one out peeled and get that in the pot so we can get that started. Let's see. Make your own music. I thought about throwing the pretzel rocks or something on here for you guys. But all it's going to do is it's going to pick up from my phone microphone. If Steven was here, he could make his own music with us. I'd love to do this with Steven. Let's see. Highly says, shocking news, the crazy anti-government person has come out as gay, so now a brave man is teaching you how to survive when a Republican takes over. Crazy anti-government person has come out as gay. Me? I am a crazy anti-government person. Let's see. Leibt to the Max says, make your own music. My mom says, throw it in a pot and boil it to death. Yeah, that's pretty much... No, we're going to simmer that. We don't want to boil it to death, because it won't take on all the flavor if we boil it out to death. We simmer this. We simmer it and we let it go for... It'll probably take an hour. But let's get this up over here. In the stuff to take care of later section. By the way, I have legs, guys. Who knew? I can stand back this far. You can see I have legs. I'm also fat as fuck. But I cook, so. Let's see. All right, let's get some garlic in here. We're not going to put that up yet because I do need to put the garlic pieces in the waste, the scrap, the peels. That can go in your vegetable broth too, by the way. Let's do 1, 2, 3, and 4 cloves of garlic. That's going to be our garlic for this. And I actually have to, I can do this the cheater's way for this, and despite the fact that it just fell off of this one. But for these, I can do it the cheater's way. But you know, when we do the pickled garlic, I do actually have to peel those the right way. So brave for you. Legs. Yeah. Yeah. And my fattest fucking fuck belly. God, I need to work out. I think I'm going for a gym membership tomorrow. I'm going for, I think, a gym membership, and I do have to do set up for the Red Net show tonight, because I might run out and just see what's out there as far as jobs go, because I debated last week moving out of Redacted, where I live, to a nice little community on the other side of the state called Redacted. Yeah, the cheater's way. Press it with a knife and then just peel off the excess. Toss them in there, whole cloves. It's all coming out as liquid anyway, so toss the whole cloves in there. Who cares? I will save that chicken too, by the way. We'll use that. That'll be really good to like make, I don't know, fajitas or something like that down there. Redacted is beautiful this time of year. It is. It is indeed beautiful this time of year. So is Redacted, by the way. That's part of the reason that I want to go out over there. I miss living among the hills. And if we can get this business set up and, you know, we get this news site up, which it looks like we're going to be partnering and working with Untyranny on top of it too. But yeah, if we can get, turn some pages up and running and going the way that we want it to go, then I can work from anywhere, because I work from home. All right, this can go back in the freezer. 4 nice cloves of garlic. Let's get some water in here, and let's get this boiling and then simmering. So we can start doing that. Be with you guys in just a moment. That's some nice coffee here, by the way. This place is going to smell awesome in just a bit. I got the coffee going. The coffee is a creme brulee coffee. And before we get too far into this, pardon me for just a second, I'm going to try not to block the shot with this. I do need to put a little bit of salt in here. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. The plague of the nail biter. I bite my nails and I can't open my goddamn salt. Let's see. Hiley says there was a New York Post article where Biden says he likes the kid more than the people when he visited Connecticut. He does love children, doesn't he? And it smells nice, man. Come on. This is going to piss me off, and I'm going to go get a knife and sheet. See? Told you. Cheater. That should be enough. Just to pull the flavor out of the grease. And we let that go. It's going to take just about an hour, but yeah, it's this one, by the way. It happens to be right at hand. Cameron's Creme Brulee Latte. fine ground, which I hate because I prefer to have coarse ground, but delicious. Smells fantastic. A little bit of product placement there. Maybe Cameron's will sponsor me at some point. Let's see. Highly says there was a New York Post article. Yeah, we read that already. Leibt Max says I don't drink coffee, but that sounds like a tasty coffee. It is a tasty coffee. So what are all the ingredients in the broth? I have 3 pounds of chicken. This is going to set up my fucking smoke detector, isn't it? Because that thing is too goddamn sensitive, and this place is tiny. And there's something on the burner. I can see it steaming up already. So let's get that taken care of. The ingredients are, in this one, not measured, 3 pounds of chicken, 2 big carrots, 4 medium-sized stalks of celery, cut up and trimmed, a quarter of a large white onion, and 4 cloves of garlic is what's in there. But again, I don't measure, so I'm going to have to go in the other room. I know I am, because this place is tiny. And the tiniest, I mean, I'm surprised the boiling water hasn't set that off, because a hot shower can set off that smoke detector. It's done it. Let's see. But that's what we have going on with that. Let's see. That's it. High Leaf is out of here. He's got to go do his routes. He'll be in Discord after this, so see you in a bit. Well, I won't be chatting until we're done with this, so we got to wait. That's going to take an hour. Let's get on to the next project, shall we? Pickles! Because I got wide mouth jars, so we can do pickles. Told you. Any little thing that is on that burner will set that thing off. It is way too sensitive. And yeah, I pretty much knew as soon as I saw there was something on the burner, it was going to go. So, that's it. What kind of chicken parts? I used chicken leg quarters. I always use dark meat for everything. I use dark meat for everything anyway. I hate white meat chicken. It's flavorless. Why would anybody prefer to have white meat chicken? I mean, I understand that, yeah, there's a lot of meat there, there's a lot of protein in it, but it's flavorless. Put the ceiling fan. I could put the ceiling fan on, yeah. I turned it off, just because we didn't need to have it on. Let's actually do that. That's not a bad idea. But it doesn't need to be on full fucking rip either. Yeah, I agree, dark is better. I didn't want the distraction in the shot. Was the reason that I had it off, but alright. That should be cleaned out. It might go off one more time. We gotta do pickles. So, 2 big cucumbers from the farmer's market. This is the most phallic thing I have done on this channel, by the way. 2 big cucumbers. Enjoy this. Enjoy clipping this, Jared Holt. First thing you do, identify which one is the flower end, which is this end on both of these. From the farmer's market, by the way. Fantastic growing. Fantastic growing. And we are going to determine how long our pickles need to be. So we got a nice pint jar here. And these pickles need to be, they need to be able to fit under the line, is what they need to be able to do. So we will go to there. We will mark that there. But as I was saying with the flower end, you can see where the flower end was and where the pickle came off of the stem. Get rid of that. That goes away. That's gone. And we can put that into the vegetable scraps too, by the way. And the same on this one. That end is gone. It doesn't exist. Because the enzyme, there's an enzyme in this where the stem goes that makes your pickle soft. And you do not want a soft pickle. You don't want a soft pickle. Come on, man. Have fun clipping that, Jared Holt. You fucking prick. But we're going to get these down to size. These cucumbers are way too big to go into just quarters for spears. So I think we're going to do them into 8ths or 16ths. Do the same with this one, use that as a measurement. No, dude, if I could have like any music I wanted on right now, I would probably have a Spotify playlist of Silver Sun pickups, because I've been kind of obsessed with them lately. They were an underrated band at the time. They really were. Alright, let's get these cut up here. So, as far as size goes, we're going to want to go probably in half. I don't know if we need to go in half the other way once again. But I'll go in half there, and then we'll do one more down the side. So each section that we just cut off will give us 8 pickles. I'll trim up some of that seed a little bit too. I'm going to trim up my seed. You hear that? It needs to get some training. Yeah, I need to find a wife. But I don't know if I do or not. Because the last 2 girls I was, or all 3 of the girls I was engaged to were fucking nuts. But we're going to cut these down, and I have not washed the jars yet either, by the way. Because we are going to use this as a measurement to see how many jars we need. Ow, motherfucker. Just barely missed nicking my finger. Look at that. Alright. Let's start packing some of these into jars. And we will be taking all these back out, by the way. But this is, like I said, a rough measurement as to how many jars we are going to need. I think the last time, and that was with 3 pickles from a friend of mine, or 3 cucumbers rather from a friend of mine. Let's see. Cucumber scraps in the soup. Yeah, in the vegetable broth. When I said make your own, I meant just hum or sing it yourself. Well, I'm talking right now, so I'm working. You didn't see which side has the enzyme. The flour side. The side where it was attached to the stem. There's an enzyme into that. And you don't want that in your pickles, because it'll make them soft. And soft pickle, that's something you don't want. Now, when I do both the pickles and the garlic, I'm going to use the same brine for both of them. But I am going to, the seasonings in both jars are going to be different. I think we can call that a nice full packed jar. So we're going to see how many of these wide mouth jars we can get. And I'm out of wide mouth jars, which is, it's a good thing because I went out and bought some today. And I couldn't find any more. I got narrow mouth jars out the ass. I didn't have any more wide mouths. They're all in use. And part of this too is because we are doing pickling with these. When you buy the jars, they come with the lids on them. But I also have an abundance of wide mouth lids. I now have narrow mouth lids too, which I was out of. And I mean, you cannot find canning supplies anywhere right now. In any of your usual spots anyway. I was able to find them in an Ace Hardware, in Redacted. Let's see. Take some of the seed out of this. Now, and this time I'm not going to use apple cider. Full disclosure, this is the second time I've made pickles in my life. And the first time I didn't care for them because I used apple cider vinegar. And with between that and the sugar, that's actually, oh, these are taller. I could have gotten away with more. Well, they're not considerably taller, but yeah, man, we could have got away with a lot more pickle. Fuck. The best laid plans, I guess. That's fine. We could have had longer pickle spears. But, you know, we learn. Different brand. I guess this brand is called Pure for canning. I've never used them before. They're not ball. I've always used ball jars. So, I guess we'll see how this turns out. And if they don't pop, well... If they don't pop, I wasted 40 bucks. That's not true. I got standard sized lids. Come out of there. Stand up. I think we are going to get... So we got 6 sections. I think we are going to get 3 or 4 jars total. I'm thinking it's going to be 4. I think that's going to be the magic number here. Alright, let's grab another jar. Let's see. Good for you that you got stocked up. Yeah, since lockdown, everyone's getting more domestic. Well, and, I mean, you should have been. I've been doing this. I started making chicken broth when I lived in Kenosha. That was my first foray into this. But I've also, even before this, even when I lived in Kenosha, I started looking for ways that I can learn how to make more stuff from scratch. So if I can get the basic ingredients, I can have it. I can make butter right here in this kitchen. I use one of these jars right here. Fill it halfway full of heavy whipping cream. Allot yourself a good 15 to 20 minutes because you're going to be shaking for a while. You get a good workout out of it too. But yeah, oh, I'm up here. I'm thinking that my webcam's on my laptop here. Yeah, fill one of these jars about halfway full. Get it nice and cleaned out. I use these for like flour and stuff, like up here. This is my coconut flour. But fill one of these about halfway with heavy cream, put a little bit of salt in there, and then just shake it until you start feeling something solid rattle around in there. And I mean, it'll feel like you're not doing anything once it gets to the whipped portion. But yeah, you got to keep shaking it after that. Sometimes, occasionally, you got to go in and take a knife and scrape the stuff off the side. But yeah, just keep shaking it, and then eventually you'll get butter out of it. That's it. That's all butter is heavy cream. And then you'll have buttermilk if you want to make pancakes off of it. Alright, that broth is getting ready to boil, so we'll be able to turn that down pretty soon. This can all go in the veggie scraps, but we've got to get the rest of these cut down. Shake weight butter. No, that's exactly what it is too. It's shake weight. That's the exact same motion you do, and it's 15 to 20 minutes. And I mean, it's a good pound, 2 pounds in there. It looks incredibly phallic while you're doing it. Not gonna lie. Don't do it in front of a teenage kid, because you'll probably kill him, because you're a chick too on top of it. Alright, I need another jar. I thought I got it. Oh, I did. It's right in front of me. I'm like, why don't I know I pulled the lid off. It's another jar. Why? There it is. Alright, we're boiling. Let's take her back to a simmer. Take it down. It already smells good too. Holy shit, does that smell good. You guys, it's such a shame that you can only see this and not smell it, because that smells fantastic. I can probably trim this one down a little bit. Yeah, chick. Yeah. Dude, I'm from the 90s, alright? I say chick. I am a product of the 1990s in the US. And the surfer culture that came with it. We always really make soup out of whatever bones we have. It's always good. Yeah. I thought about running over to the meat shop in town that I like and seeing if they had any bones. We do beef broth today too, but be careful not to make butter near teenagers. Yeah, it's very phallic. It is. You know where I'm going with that. You know, the boys all sitting out there. Hey, Beavis. She's shaking it. Alright, another jar. Another jar. This will be the last one. But it's nice because with the cloves, we can do narrow mouth. Yeah, you can already see the fat starting to gum up off the top of that. That's actually, you can also see the crack coming up off the burner because of the humidity in here. Let's actually have a look at all this here, at the setup we've got going on. It's this one. Alright. Yeah, that's the wall, by the way. That's the one that we burnt to a crisp. When that burner right there and the cast iron pan that was on it caught on fire. That's the wall. You'd never, well, except for the chemical that's still on the pepper or the salt shaker, you'd never know what happened. But yeah, there's our canning water bath sitting there, ready to go start sealing up some jars. And there is our chicken broth, and you can already see some of the fat starting to render up off the chicken, ready to go. We still got a ways to go with it. Actually, I can kick this up just a little bit more. Don't need to simmer it quite that low. And as long as we're here, we can take a little bit of a break too, because we have to wait for the chicken. Let's go over here. You can see some of the stuff behind me here. And we'll take a little tour, because Leibt to Max asked. I won't be able to see your chat from here, because it's behind me right now. But there is, and there's the purple light from the grow light. I have got a tropical pitcher plant, a Nepenthes, which I killed my last one, but this one seems to be doing okay. That's just the bugs crawl in there and they die, because the walls of the pitcher are slippery, and they can't crawl back out. So they fall in. There is liquid inside of the pitcher, and they die. I've got the Cape Sundew plant, which is good for like your aphids and your mosquitoes and stuff, because they land on the leaves, they get stuck there, and then the leaves wrap around them, and those little bits of moisture on the end, those are the digestive enzymes. And of course, I've got the basic bitch Venus flytrap. Yeah, I know the lighting sucks. And I've also got a pinguincula is what they call it on the scientific name. It's called a butterwort, and it's the same thing as like the sundew, where the small tiny insects just land on it. They get stuck on there, they can't get off, and then you can see, well, you can't see because of the way the lighting is, but I can see from here that it's just lined with little hairs with the digestive enzymes on there, and they just lay on there and die. And I've got one onion that didn't grow, one onion that didn't grow, and one that is trying its goddamnedest to grow. It is trying. That's a red onion, so we'll see if that goes, and if these ones don't go in a week or two, they will get replaced. And look, I see a little fruit fly flying around over there that's about to become a meal for one of these guys. I don't know which one it is yet, but that fucker's going to become a meal. Little fruit fly. That's what these sundews are really good for, is the fruit flies. Because they land on there, they can't get back off, and then they become lunch. Yeah, that's my carnivorous plant collection. All right, let's get back to cooking. Or picking my ear, one of the two. All right, let me wash up here. Because I just touched my ear. Man, that smells good. You guys are missing out not being able to smell that. I'm telling you. All right, let's keep going. Like I said, trust me, if there was weed back there, I wouldn't be living in a place this small. And I don't usually advocate for spending money in California, but unfortunately the best nursery in the country is in California. If you're curious about them, I can kind of tell you a little bit more. We can talk about this if you're on the Discord. We can talk about this a bit more, or you can find some way to message me. I'm everywhere. You can find me on any of these places, and I'll tell you a bit more about it, because I've been raising them. I lost my entire crop this year, just because of timing issues and a lot of other things that happened this year for me. I was a bad plant parent. I was a very bad plant parent. But I have been raising them for 4 years now. And I had a massive garden before. And I will get back to a massive garden again, especially with sundews. My mom still has some of my original ones. These are all brand new. But CaliforniaCarnivores.com is where I go and get mine. Highly recommended. They are out of Oakland. And yeah, they are the little bit of the leftoid. They're definitely the little bit of the leftoid. You can't get around that being in California and being a business person. But man, oh man, oh man, do they do good work. I wouldn't buy from anybody else at this point. Everything gets here. If you order it in the winter, it comes with a heated bag. It gets here growing, ready to go. If you screw up and kill it off, it's your own fault. And I have bought from other people before. But as of now, no, I wouldn't buy from anybody else other than California Carnivores. They are incredible at what they do. And if you're curious about them, or the carnivorous plants themselves, the owner of California Carnivores wrote a book called The Savage Garden. You'll have to special order it anywhere you get it from. But that's, if you get that, you can read up on that and look at some of the species that you want and see if they have them. I want to get a dewy pine, but I've never seen anybody have one of those in stock anywhere. But they look really cool. They look like they're a little bit easier to grow, a little bit hardier. But nobody has them. Oh, we might have to make one more jar. I think we're running out of room in this one. Yeah, that one is packed pretty tight. Let's see what we can pack into some of these other ones off of this. I want to stick with 4 if we can. Had to give up my garden when I moved. That was hard. Yeah, I made a garden out of milk jugs. Because I rent. And I can't exactly go and till up the ground here. Oh, Neff, are you moving? Are you finally getting out of California? Were there too many gay lords? Gay lords. Nice. I think we can still get 4 out of this. I think that's going to be the thing. I think 4 is going to be the magic number. Maybe. Don't tell me I'm going to have one straggler. No, I don't want one straggler. I want no stragglers. Okay. There we go. Let's get the baggie out. Well, I can make a second baggie. We'll have to make another one of the streams and just to do vegetable broth. You guys? I'm already here. More Gaylords. Gaylords on top of Gaylords. Ha 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 ha. Alright. So, cucumber scraps in here. They'll get cooked down just the same. Get a nice wire mesh to get all the seeds and shit out of here. This is what you need to do. Nice vegetable broth. Waste nothing. Waste nothing. Everything is useful. You know the little stem that you get from the end of your broccoli when you make broccoli? Yeah, I use that. Alright, I'm going to give this a quick wipe down because we've put a lot of vegetables on here. And we're going to get these jars started. And then we're going to start the tedious part. Wash that knife down here quick too. Then we start the tedious part, the pain in the ass part. Mr. Behavior is here. How are we doing? Welcome to my kitchen, by the way. Oh, you're up here. I keep forgetting my camera's not on my laptop. You're up here. Mr. Behavior, welcome on in. We're canning. Should we show Mr. Behavior what we're doing so far? Let's do that. Chicken broth. Chicken broth. And I'm missing knob because I burnt the shit out of my kitchen. That's where the kitchen fire was, Mr. Behavior. All fixed, all new. I did that. I didn't let them go back and do it for me. I did that. Mostly because contractors were a month out. Alright. So, we got cucumbers ready to go. Let's find a bowl. Put those in. What do we got? We'll use this one. Nice little plastic non-reactive bowl. And we'll tell all this packing we did in here, we're going to dump them all out. We just used that so we knew how many jars we needed. Let's see. Yeah, this stream is practical. I've never canned except for jam. J. Edgar putting this chick to shame. Yeah, I've only ever, before this year, only ever did broth. So, I mean, I'm in the same boat. But, yeah, I mean, I'd rather know how to do stuff. And I'm the kind of person who will still buy stuff from the store. I've got jars of pickles in the fridge, store-bought. But just in case, you know, a flood happens or something, I want to be able, or something does happen out there where I'm out away from everything for a while, I want to be able to learn how to do it myself. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of, I'm going to put these in here for now. Do a little bit of washing and then we'll get them into the pot and ready to go. I've done so little canning before this stream, before this year, by the way, that I just bought a canning clamp today. I've been doing this for 7 years, and I just bought one today for the first time. In fact, I'll show you the only thing in my kitchen that is in a mason jar that is not canned. In just a second while I wait for these to dry. Yeah, just a little bit of soap and water. Get these out there ready to go. We'll check the recipe just to see what the ingredients are that they want to have in each jar. But we got to get them sanitized, so that's the first thing. 100 messages already. I have that in a mason jar. That's not canned. You know what's in there. You know what this is. Alright. Let's get to work. Alright, so all these jars need to be sanitized, otherwise they will keep bacteria inside. Because as much as we can do with the soap and the water and everything else, we can't do what Mother Nature is going to do. You know what it is. So we're going to take these jars, now that they're here, put them on the rack. Take a spoon or something to go and make sure they all go down. We are also going to do the lids for the jars, or the rings rather. Those will also get into the bath. You want to sanitize those too. Drop them in, careful because they float. And those will go for 10 minutes. 10 minutes in the boiling water to go. And then once they're done with that, I need to actually get this baking sheet here. They'll come off of those, they'll go onto the baking sheet. And they will cool. And then we'll put pickles in them and seasonings. And it's going to be good. Now comes the fun part. Bring this over here. Into the land of to-do later. Made from potato. No, that's made from corn. There's your made from potato. We're not putting the brand name on this one. But you know what it is from the bottle. Oh, by the way, on top of this, the other thing I'm going to be trying this winter is, and my mom worked in a restaurant for a long time. I've got it out under here. A food grade bucket. Because we're going to be making wine. I'm going to try that this year. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So look forward to that stream, by the way. I might stream that too. I love doing this here. Alright, let's start with the garlic, because that's going to take a while. I need this. I need a bowl. What the hell is in that bowl? Why is it in my cabinet like that? What's in that bowl? Why is it in my cabinet like that too? That one's clean. Alright, need a bowl. In this bag that I have in my hand is 1.5 pounds of garlic. That all needs to be peeled, but stay in whole cloves. We're going to be at this a while. Actually, I need another bowl too for the husks. Because we're going to save those, of course. So let's grab this one. I hope I keep putting them in the right one. And yeah, I can't just slap those with a knife and take the crunched up pieces. We got to take whole cloves for this recipe. So we'll talk for a while. Yeah, no, that does sound like fun. that's one thing I do want to learn how to distill my own whiskey too. I can't call it Scotch, obviously, because this is not Scotland. But I do want to learn how to distill my own mash whiskey in the style of my ancestors, which are not from Scotland because I'm Irish, but my ancestors from that island, or the island adjacent to where my ancestors came from. You can't legally call it Scotch, but I should go lurk and do some other stuff. But garlic is what I want to know most. I love pickled garlic. This will be my first time trying it. But if you listen to my friend Saint, who was on Ed's World, or the Red and Ed Show, I should say, if you listen to him, it's a godsend. And I'm kind of curious. Didn't want to peel all this garlic by hand, but I want to try the pickled garlic. So here we go. You have distillery or borrowed one? Well, I had to figure out how to do that. There are other distilled liquids that I know how to make, that for legal purposes we won't be talking about. But yes, I want to learn how to do that. Homemade. Because if everything does go down, I don't want to be without what is legally exempt from Scotch. Been getting pickled garlic from Asian markets lately. See, I've never seen it in a store or anything, so yeah, when Saint brought it up when I was talking about making pickles, when he was on my stream, that is the first I had ever heard of pickled garlic. And now I want it in the worst way. This will be the tedious part. Peeling all this garlic without crushing it with a knife first. This will be one of those things that by the end of it I'll be saying, I could have been playing Fallout 4 this whole time. I mean, it's going to turn out awesome, I think, but yeah, I could have been playing Fallout 4 this whole time. Which we started doing that in the stream too. I don't have a distillery. I may or may not know how to make one. I almost got a still, like a regular water still. Like you can get a countertop water still for distilled water off Amazon. It's like $70. Because my carnivorous plants, you can't put them in regular water. Because they don't have the capability. That's why they have carnivory, because they can't take in nutrients through the roots. Or iron or minerals or anything else like that. They'll burn out. So you got to have them in distilled or rainwater works too. Except you can't collect rainwater because that would be illegal. Big Brother government is watching. Used as a condiment or for stir fry or whatever. Well, I'll find out. Apparently you can eat it right out of the jar. I don't know how feasible that's going to be, but we'll find out. I have pickled red onions. What does Saint say is so great about pickled garlic? He says it's the most amazing thing that you'll ever try, that you'll ever eat. Which I pickled red onions 3 weekends ago. Come on. Those turned out beautifully, by the way. Let's see. Come on. Ah, so tedious. Who'd ever thought peeling garlic would be such a pain in the ass that people would make tools like a garlic press? This, by the way, is part of the reason I wanted to have you guys here. Because I know how tedious this is going to be, and you know, having people to talk to is going to make this so much more fun. Your hands will smell like garlic for days. Bonus added. See, that's not a bad thing, though. I love it when my hands smell like garlic, and they won't, by the way, either. I can tell you that offhand. Because I'm going to go put my hands around some brake shoe cores at work, or some regular kind of cores at work. I'm going to go do that, and then wash my hand with the Gojo, the stuff to take the grease off, and that garlic smell will go away on my hands. So by Tuesday, everything will be fine. Oh, our jars are almost done. But that also means I've taken 7 minutes and I'm not even done with one bulb of garlic. And I have like 8 more to go. Ever eat a raw clove of garlic? No, I have not. I don't know if it's healthy enough to do it or not. I would. If I knew it wouldn't kill me. Alright, our jars are done. That's hot. Alright. Timer off. Oh, there's my can. There's my canning plant. I like this one too because it's got both the indents in the front to go get it around the neck and the indents in the side if I got to pick it up sideways. Which for most of these, while we're doing the sanitized phase, is what's going to happen. I think we almost lost a ring though. Ah, yep, we lost one. Down through the grate. Damn it. I lost two. Oh, I lost 2. Son of a bitch. Alright. One set sanitized. Were the jars submerged in water? Yes, they were. And boiling. That chicken broth is going to be done pretty soon too. But we can let that simmer for as long as we want. It's the nice part about it. Yeah, usually when I do the big pot, that's a 4-hour simmer or more. Set it up after church and go do my errands for the day. Some crazy hillbillies eat the clothes like candy. Pretty sure it's healthy. I've done it. Had garlic smell coming out of my pores for the next 24 hours. Yeah, considering I'm going down to look at and see what jobs might be available and redacted if I do move. Maybe I shouldn't go smelling like garlic on my... And by the way, redacted where I was a week ago, I looked at apartment prices, and I'm not just talking home prices, which I'd like to buy at some point, but just at apartment prices, it's like half of what I'm paying here. And I thought this place was stupid fucking cheap. I might need to get a boning knife for this. So I gotta know if anybody that is watching right now, which I think some people are lurking right now, because it shows that I have 5 people watching. I do have to know if anybody's watching the NFL this season. I am not, because I couldn't do the wokeness. And I mean, you guys know me. I bled at green and gold up until I started seeing like the Jacob Blake on the helmets and shit. But it really looks right now like they're trying to convert it over to be the WWE, and Aaron Rodgers is going to be the heel for this first season, or these first set of matches, or whatever the fuck they're going to call it. He's been such an asshole, and Twitter has been alight with it every week. I know there's some Shailene Woodley influence on this, and I mean, if there's Hollywood influence on it, because of Shailene Woodley, which is a possibility. I've actually enjoyed Shailene Woodley's work and everything she's been in. Any movie or TV show that I've seen her in, I've enjoyed it. I don't watch movies, you guys know that. But I mean, she's a good actress. She plays her characters well, but I mean, IRL, she is fucking crazy. Sweet, save tons of money in redacted. Yeah. Well, the wages are going to be a little bit lower, unfortunately, too. I do miss the hills, though. I miss the hills of western Wisconsin. And the Mississippi River. I miss being close to a major body. I mean, I guess I live kind of close to the Rock River. But being up on a major body of water like that, and the meditation that you can have from that, I am calmed by water, so... 4-hour stream of idiot in Wisconsin peeling garlic. This is some pure entertainment right here. The hills are alive with the sound of contemporary. Yeah. When I grew up in a super small town in western Wisconsin. Not going to reveal the name just because, you know, that would be the easiest way to dox me, was to know the name of the town that I grew up in, because everybody would know me. Because it's that small. It's like 300 people. But yeah, I grew up in this tiny little map dot in western Wisconsin, what's called the driftless area, where the glaciers mist, and there was a fairly prominent bluff range right behind my house growing up. And of course, going through and driving through the hills in the country. And because my mom and dad live on top of a different hill than the one we grew up in front of. So when I go up there, I still get to drive through them, but it's too flat down here. It's too flat and the roads are too straight. And when the police chase you down here, they actually have an intent to arrest you. Not just drive for sport and see if they can catch you or not. The old saying, you can't outrun Motorola. And down here, they'll actually use it. There's got to be a better way to do this. Like I say, if I was just mincing it up and putting it in something, every one of these cloves would have been under the knife. Pop, pop. Pop, pop, peel. I'm telling you, these things must be really good for someone to go through all this work. And this is half the recipe too, by the way. Because the original recipe called for like 3 pounds. And as I was counting out the cloves of garlic and weighing them, or the heads of garlic and weighing them in the grocery store, I'm like, I don't want to peel this much garlic, dude. And I don't know, especially too, for having 3 pounds of garlic, if I don't like these. Which, from everyone, what everyone's telling me, I mean, that's not going to be an issue. But if I don't like them, then I'm stuck with 6 jars of something I'm not even going to eat. That's wasteful. We don't do that. Let me grab a boning knife and see if I can make this somewhat easier. Probably a paring knife, I think, will do the trick. One of those situations where I wouldn't mind being married. Have someone to sit here and help with me. Have this conversation with me. Instead of me just talking to myself. Christmas gifts, if you don't like it. Maybe use a spoon. A spoon, you say. How can I use a spoon? I have the vegetable peeler right here, but I don't know if that'll work or not. I'm going to take this paring knife and see if I can get it to work. Yeah, I've always used the garlic press, so it actually worked quite well. So this head of garlic might go a little bit quicker. If they all go like this, at least. Wow, that is quicker. Even the stubborn ones. Come on, dumbass, use the sharp end of the knife. Twice the peeling speed. Spoons are good for peeling ginger. I've never peeled ginger in my life. Oh, that one's going to be a stubborn one. Twice the peeling speed. And we're kind of flying through this one. Well, until we got to this little guy, who was determined to give me a pain in my ass. Oh yeah, Mistin, now they're going. Okay, note to self. Chopping the ends off makes it quicker. Okay, so this isn't going to be as bad as the other one was. Goodness. So maybe they're not all easy, but they're easier, I can tell you that. Without any sort of exaggeration. I'm gonna make a shadow box. Completely off topic here. My brother, before he died, gave me a shirt. Because it didn't fit him. He got it for pre-ordering the Mega Man Anniversary Collection. Still have it. Still fits me. I don't wear it anymore. I think the last time I wore it was to show it off to Mr. Behavior. Because he always wears the Mega Man hat when he's on stream. I think this is the last time I wore that shirt. And I want to preserve it. I want it to be there with me forever. Because it was my brother's. And he's not with us anymore. He gave it to me. There's a couple clothes in that guy. I think. That one's got layers, like an ogre. No, layers! Ogres have layers. Onions have layers. You know what else have layers? Parfait. Everybody love parfait. Yeah, he is. I mean, we are not blood related, but I have spent so much time with his family. His parents practically raised me, especially after the age of 13. I spent more time with them than I spent with my own family half the time. And he had myotonic dystrophy, which I didn't know about until, well, basically I got the news that he died. They kept it from me and from our other brother, Luke. I think Luke knew, actually. I don't think they wanted to tell me. But they kept it from, I know they kept it from me, because I didn't know about it until basically I knew that his muscles started deteriorating to the point that he couldn't walk anymore, and he had to get the rascal and everything. That's when I knew something was wrong, and then it went around and hit his heart, and that was the end of him. He's 24. And God, do I miss him. And as much of a WWE fan, so like Norm, you didn't even know he was sick. Yeah. As much of a WWE fan as he is, my God, do I wish he was alive right now. I was looking WWE stuff up today, just out of curiosity. I don't know how I got onto it. I think it was the Hardys, because I saw something about Ed Hardy. No, it wasn't Ed Hardy. I saw something about somebody named Hardy, and I thought it was one of the twins that, or not twins, but brothers that used to wrestle in the super lightweight division, because they were skinny fucks, like I was at the time. And it turns out that it wasn't either of them, because they were Matt and Jeff, I believe. Well, then I just got to thinking, because I found out, I remember that Kane is now the mayor of a county commissioner in Tennessee. And Donald Trump, who also appeared on the WWE while he was alive and watching, by the way, has been the president of the United States. Dude, Nugget would love this timeline right now. I wish he was still alive to see this. Man, do I wish he was alive to see this. Well, I wish he was alive anyway, but just to see this. How much fun he would be having. The amazing thing about this is because my sister, my real sister, wasn't nearly as involved in that family as they were, or as I was. I mean, she knew them, she knew who they were, and she'd come and hang out with me. She actually dated a member of the other family that had become so closely associated with them, with that family. But she wasn't nearly as involved directly with them. But now my sister's got 3 kids, and my oldest sister on Aaron's side, from Aaron's family, she had a baby girl when we were in, what the fuck old were we? 4th grade, I think. Who is my niece, and I call her that. I went to her wedding this past summer. She got married. Awesome guy, by the way, too, by the way. Works for my brother-in-law. It's that small of a town. But my sister, her oldest son, when he started kindergarten, because he's 8 now, when he started kindergarten, my niece had a son from a previous relationship, about the same age. I think her little one is a little bit older. Yeah, her little one is a little bit older. But the two of them, without having ever been introduced, without having ever been told that we knew each other growing up, became best friends, like brothers. There is something about these families. I can honestly say there is something about our 2 families that just draw each other to each other. Because yeah, Dakota's husband works for my brother-in-law. Pugsley and Dakota's son are best friends, like brothers. And actually, Nugget's mom and dad knew my mom and dad because they worked together before, and you know, it was another one of those things where we didn't know that going in when we met each other in 3rd grade. Fuck, I didn't know that till I was in 5th grade. So there's a draw between these 2 families. I'm not gonna dick with these little tiny ones. Next one. No, he didn't get... Oh, yeah, he got to see Trump in WWE. Yeah, he was a huge WWE fan. So is Tabitha, by the way. I do miss him. God, I miss him. Aaron, come back. God damn it. Yeah, there's been a lot of intertwining in that family for a lot of years. Before there was even a J. Edgar. Or a chicken nugget. That's what we called him. He was a chunky fucker. We called him Chicken Nugget. Mostly to get back at the bully that tried to make an insult out of it. Like, oh, you want to call them names? Oh, we're going to use that name now. Did that for me too. When I bleached my hair. And they called me Slim Shady. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so now that we've got the flow of this and figured out how to do this, I'm going to reminisce more about my childhood and the people that I missed from it and rip some skin off some more garlic. What do you think? I think we can do that. Jeez, that's a monster one right there. Holy fuck. That's all one clove too. Nope, nope, never mind. That one's got layers. Everybody loves parfait. What, they make you cry? No. They smell bad? No. Layers. If you haven't figured out, that is one of the J. Edgar story time is better than Dry Queen story time or story hour. Yeah. Dude, if I ever got roasted and you could get over the stage fright of some of the people that I know, and they do have stage fright, I would be fucked. Because there's so many stupid stories, and they're all fucking true. And they're all hilarious. But I would get these same people back because there's so many stories about them too. And they're all fucking true. And they're all fucking hilarious. That's the thing. I've had this kind of life that you just can't make up because there's so much stupid shit in it. And some of it is sad, unfortunately. Like I say, I had the ex that tried to convince me to kill myself. But a lot of it is just so stupid, it's funny. Like, how big of beer muscles can a 4'9", 175-pound guy get? I don't know, but I've seen it happen. You're lucky, I'll tell you that story one day. How much of your memoir is written? None. Do I look like fucking Hunter Biden? Was Shrek anyone else's first DVD? I believe... Let me think about that. I believe I still have my first DVD, and I believe it was Dogma. I went through a big Kevin Smith phase. But believe it or not, Kevin Smith used to be funny. I can't even recognize that fat fucker anymore. But he used to be funny. By the way, if Kevin Smith ever tries to do, and you actually get a chance where he'll reply to you for whatever reason, if he tries to come up and get the moral high ground off of you, just remind him that he wrote the Porch Monkey sketch from Clerks 2. Also remind it that somewhere in his mind he felt that Clerks 2 needed to be a fucking thing, but that should be enough to knock the moral high ground off of anybody. This whole Streamlabs for mobile thing is pretty fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't used it since the St. Jacob riots. Chopping up garlic, telling stories. Jessica Green asked me once why I'm not married. How a guy like me doesn't have somebody in the kitchen during my stream cooking me dinner. Boy oh boy, Jessica, if you knew about half the shit I did in my 20s, you wouldn't be questioning that. It's a good way to pass the time. Cutting garlic, though. My ex-fiance had myotonic dystrophy. It's the same as my brother did. It's part of the reason I was kind of in a hurry to go and get married to her, because I knew I didn't think I'd have a lot of time with her. Didn't know she was going to walk. And she wanted to be married in the worst way. I knew I was going to be widowed probably soon, but I wanted that much time with her, you know? You know, do something good for her. The girl I used to like, I keep thinking about, but there's a lot of risk going into that one. I can tell you that right off the bat. Garlic percent complete. Let's see, we have... Let's actually get these out here so we can witness how many we have. Six more to go. I think I am on my fourth. I'm on my third or my fourth, I can tell you that. And then we can go back to doing the fun stuff again. Which, by the way, once this is done, once the garlic is done, this is going to go pretty fucking quick. This is literally the longest part of this process. And I knew that going into it. And I've never peeled garlic like this, and I knew that going into it. Like, man, I don't want to peel 3 pounds of garlic. But the whole thing with the paring, that was a game changer. I'm trying this ones. You almost lived the movie A Walk to Remember. That would be a movie, which means I've never seen it. My first fiance pushed me to go watch that movie. Or read the book. She didn't want me to watch the movie. She wanted me to read the book. Which I can understand why somebody who was engaged to me didn't want me to go watch that movie at 18 years old. with hormones pumping, because Mandy Moore is fucking hot. I'm not even going to try to deny that. But unfortunately, I'm not familiar with what you mean by that. Sappy romance girl has cancer. Oh, okay. Yeah, I never read the book. I might still have Jesse's copy of that book somewhere. I gotta think about where, but I might still have that. I know where it is. Actually, I know exactly where that is. I don't know where it is in my dad's house, but I know what box it went to when my dad moved out of his old house. One that my mom has been urging me to go through since I got back from Massachusetts. Like, Mom, I live in a tiny place right now. This whole place is 600 square feet. All right. 6 more. No, it's not a house, it's an apartment. But, yeah, it's tiny. It's nice to clean. It's easy to clean. I like that. I've been falling behind a little bit on my chores lately, but it took me like 20 minutes to get caught up today. The more I do this, the quicker it goes. That's called practice, kids. You're back, I'll tell you why I like this, but I mean, all I ever do, for those of you who are lurking, all I do is sit around and talk about how bad Let's Go Brandon is doing. That's all my mom wants to talk about. It's all the majority of the people in my live chat want to talk about. Well, that's because that's what they're there for. It's what contemporary is. But man, oh man, is it nice to talk about other stuff. Had almost an hour conversation with Remzo Martinez about the girl who tried to kill me. I'm gonna add some water to that. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. Against my skin. That's fun. That pot lost a gallon of water by the time we've been working on this. I think we're only going to get no, we still got 5 more to go, so we'll probably get a couple respectable 3 jars out of this after all. Pull the restream monitor up and see who's all actually watching. I can't even tell. Well, I actually wouldn't be able to see who is watching specifically, but where they're watching. Fucking capture blocked me. I still find that hilarious, by the way. Another one about to be done. I just realized something. I came out and said, why don't we just figure out how many of these go into a jar? Instead of putting them into a bowl and then going into a jar. Then we'll know, just like you do with the cucumbers. Including the one that got in there that didn't get peeled. That's cool. And the one that got away that was peeled. Garlic peeling quest complete. We are 5 to go. I just decided I want to see. Damn it. Well, it's going to fill a lot less jars if more of these keep hitting the fucking floor. How many jars this will actually fill up as we go? Rather than putting them in a bowl and seeing how full the bowl is. So 4 bulbs of garlic has netted us a jar. When you account for headspace and the fact that we're also going to have to put other stuff in there. A jar. Alright, let's keep going. But we are doing stuff to make this process go quicker, which is good. These are some monster bulbs of garlic too, by the way. This one's going to go really quick. It looks like we don't have any of the little ones in the middle on this one. I like it a lot, like when I go and pull garlic up out of the cabinet that's been there for a little while, that's got the little sprigs on it, because I try to grow it. I've never been able to grow it, but I try to. And I'm going to try again if I find any more that are sprouting. I think we might have a sprouter on this guy, maybe. Because I want to see how that goes, too. Alright. Chop, chop, chop away. How many did you peel? I'm 4 deep. 4 cloves for 1 jar. Kane is the mayor of a county in Tennessee. I still can't get over that. That is amazing to me. Donald Trump is going to run for president. You mean the Apprentice guy? I love the retcon of history too, by the way. Oh, everybody's always hated Trump. No, you fucking didn't. We have access to technology. We have access to Amazon Prime. Where all 8 seasons of Top Gear are, by the way. Top Gear America. Including season 2. Where the guys got together to road test and try to sales pitch a performance car to an unnamed billionaire mogul, and it turned out to be the Apprentice guy. That was in 2014, I believe. 14 or 15. Everybody hated Trump. Get the fuck out of here, dude. We had eyes. We all remember Who Wants to Marry a Multi-Millionaire in the 90s. Man, those are some massive fucking cloves. Holy shit. I don't know if I call that a clove or another bulb of garlic. Jesus. Dude, if I hadn't got up and got that paring knife, we'd still be on 2. And there is a part of me that thinks that I didn't like Trump before he ran for office, but I changed my tune after. But there's a part of me that thinks that he is a part of this whole thing, especially with all the big billionaire companies suddenly supporting Democrats. I have to wonder that he wasn't paid off by these people to come in and be the heel in the WWE story that has become our political landscape. Because he's another one where he just kind of says the right thing almost just a little bit too perfectly. But he also passed really good laws that were presented to him as the president. But I do have to wonder if a lot of this wasn't set up so that the people who are suddenly buddy-buddy with billionaires had a scapegoat to come out and say, oh no, see, we hate billionaires. Look how we treat Donald Trump. The billionaires are your entire problem. Give us more money, Bill Gates. That broth is just about done too. You guys can only see my ponytail, Bob. You can't smell how great that smells. There's gone 8 minutes and the Peel-a-Palooza is over. No, we still got 4 more. We're trying. But they're going quicker, like I said at the start of number 4. They're going quicker each time. That's called practice. And I could be doing all kinds of other things. I could be listening to somebody else's podcast. Now that I've got the laptop out here, I could be watching Clone Wars or something like that, but I'm here with you guys. I'm sharing this with my fans, who made it possible for me to set up a live stream where I could talk and peel garlic. I do like to talk. Maybe one day I'll pick up that guitar that sits behind me in the other room and start playing music like my best friend. Wouldn't that be something? No, now that we're going back into jars, we can take all the scraps and put them into this other bowl. So much waste in a bulb of garlic, too. So much just that can't be used as a food product. Could be in a bar right now. Yep, garlic skins go in the soup bag. Thanks for showing your knowledge in real time, not like those funny cook shows. I mean, yeah, I could have just sat there and did this prep for 2 hours, off mic, and then come in and said, hey, look at all this garlic that got magically peeled. Instead, I can talk about my brother, get some of that up off of me, talk about all the girls I've been engaged to. There have been 3. Yeah, look, magically, we put the roast in the oven, and 30 seconds later we pulled it out and it was done. I mean, I know that like on the Iron Chef or something on the competition shows they do prep like this too, but I mean, I want to see some of that prep too, just how this all goes and how the cake gets made. That's part of the reason I cook. Because then I can figure out how it goes and how it gets started. Yes, the garlic skins go in the soup bag. We never know how the veggie broth is going to turn out. Because we never know what kind of scraps are in the veggie broth. We just know there's lots of them. It's part of the reason I'm glad I didn't go down the restaurant path that I was going down, because I don't make consistent shit for crap. In fact, it took me my entire adult life to perfect my meatloaf recipe, which I think I finally did. Then I stopped eating carbs, so I can't make it that way. I have made the perfect meatloaf. So I'm starting to figure something out here. Seems like cutting from the bottom might be the way to be doing this, and then leaving the top intact. Oh, that one's sprouting. We could have grown that one. But it's getting pickled just like the rest of them. There seems to be a way easier time with this if we go on the stem end. Or the stem end. Then we don't lose any meat off the top. So I believe, with that in mind, oh, that didn't work out as well as I thought it would. I need a bigger knife if I'm going to do that. I need a bigger knife if I'm going to do that again. That's a dead piece. That's a rotten piece. Okay, so these last three might go quite a bit quicker based on what I just figured out from practice. And it's practice. It's all about practice. I'm learning some of this in real time. So it's not just me sharing my knowledge in real time, it's me also figuring this out in real time. It's kind of like how I do contemporary. I just figure it out in real time. You think I read those articles prep? No. Not even for a second do I prep those. I put it up on the screen and hope for the best and hope to God I don't get kicked off YouTube. Not that I would care that much at this point. Come on, you fucker. Wow. That is easy. We should have been doing that the whole time. Most part, it's easy. Some of them are still a pain in the ass. But not like it was at the beginning. Holy shit. Come on, you whore. He said right after he proclaimed that he didn't want to get kicked off YouTube. Yes, all vegetable scraps go in the soup bag. Another one that was sprouting. Could have been planting some of this. There's another one. Did I just wait too long to start peeling these? That we see so many sprouts all of a sudden? Shit. These could have all been new garlic bulbs. Every goddamn last one of these could have been garlic bulbs. Come on. All your brothers did this easier. My hands are getting sticky. Oh, this garlic juice. It's everywhere. It's in my raccoon wounds. One more, and then we'll do 2 more bulbs of garlic and finally be able to do something else. Just got back from the store. It's been 3 weeks since I last went. 2 hours cooking? It must be good. Well, so far we have cut up pickles, or cucumbers to make pickles, sterilized the jars for said pickles, and for the last 80 minutes, No, it hasn't been that long, has it? Yeah, it has. For the last 80 minutes, I've been peeling garlic and telling stories. What are you doing? Peeling garlic? Yes. Yes, I am. Which I have got, at this point, to go wash my hands because they are too sticky to function. And we've got 2 more bulbs left, and each bulb goes a little bit quicker than the last one. So we might be just about done here. Then we get to do the fun stuff. By the way, Ron, welcome to my kitchen. As you can see, it is no longer in tatters. Because I fixed it. Alright, let's get these last 2 done. I need a bigger knife though. If I'm going to cut the bottom end off. Not that one. That one. Bigger knife. I have never peeled garlic like this before. Because usually when I'm peeling garlic, I'm going to mince it. But this is not getting minced. This is whole cloves that are going to become pickled garlic cloves. And you've got to keep them whole to make them pickled garlic cloves. So yes, that's what we've been doing for 40 minutes. Peeling garlic. Just slice the ends and peel it. Yeah, I figured that out. I think we are going to start slicing the top end again. Because I want to get this done. But yeah, when we were making the chicken broth, I just took the knife and ripped it all off. But you don't get to keep your whole cloves that way. So we had to adapt. Oh, this one's got a bunch of little tiny ones in it. That one just had all monster cloves in it. We were done with that in like 2 minutes. Instead, it just depends on the bulb, of course. Yeah, I've just been cooking and telling stories of my brother, the girls I've been engaged to. It's been a good time. I've enjoyed it. You missed the phallic cucumbers. This is going to be a stream that gets me taken off YouTube too, by the way. I've said some shit on this one. And I don't think it's going to be from anything I said, it's just because I'm prepping. You know how dangerous Wojcicki thinks prepping is. I'm going to get wikied. Come on. Some of these little tiny ones are just a pain in the frick to peel. I think the broth is done. We'll kill the heat on that. Oh yeah, that smells fantastic. I did not think I was going to spend this long peeling garlic either, by the way. Everything was unintentional innuendo for a while. Oh yeah, no, everything is up. Fuck, when I lived in Kenosha back in 2014, 30 bucks would feed me for a few weeks. Now that was just a couple odds and ends to get me through a couple days. "12 wide-mouth jars, a canning clamp, and 2 packs of standard mouth jar lids was 36 bucks. For something that most people don't even know how to do. And the shelves were pretty well bare. So I think a few people are starting to get the same idea I am. And hey, let's just make sure, just in case. And trust me, it wasn't people my age doing it. Should have prepped more this summer. It was a lousy growing season for me. Still gonna view tomatoes, okra, and some peppers. It was way too dry this year. Yeah, I didn't do worth a crap out of my garden this year. For how little rain we got, it was a decent harvest, but, you know, compared to last year when I first did gardening, when I didn't have near as many plants, I didn't do for crap. A few peppers. And some tomatoes that I mostly gave away because I'm not a big tomato eater. Hopefully next year. Holy shit. We're having condensation over here. That's cool. I reached over, I feel water coming down off my hand. It's whatever's in the pot is condensing. That's cool. Or not whatever's in the pot, but whatever's boiling out of the pot is condensing. Oops. That goes in the jar. One more! One more bulb. We'll get 2 good jars out of this, I think. I can't wait to try this. If it's as much as Saint says it was, or if it's as good as Saint says it was, I am so pumped to go try this. Spend about $40 more for less items this time. Usually go every 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, I go a few times throughout the week there, but, you know, every time it's, you know, pick up an extra can of something or pick up an extra bottle of something. So I've been stocking, but I've been doing it slowly week over week. Like, hey, there's a can of green beans. Can't go wrong with a can of green beans. One more. Last one. Neff was in here earlier too. The best cover I've heard of that song came from a School of Rock out of Chicago. They did awesome with it. Which I found that because I found their cover of California Dreamin'. Well, I was looking for a different cover of California Dreamin'. So I don't know how much broth we're going to get off of this, because I got to get all the solid out of there. And I'll let that cool overnight. We won't do that on stream. Because that's got to cool overnight, and then we'll shred that up. Oh, I'll shred that up. You guys won't. You'll be spending time with work or family tomorrow. But I'll shred that up, and we'll keep that for, like, casseroles and shit. Or, possibly, just to eat somewhere down the road. I don't know if I can water bath canned meat. Otherwise, I would probably actually shred that up and can that too, but I think you need to pressure can that, and I don't have a pressure canner. What's up, Birkenoff? We're prepping. Prepping and talking. I'm gonna get the band hammer for prep. Because I don't trust the government. Come on, you fucker. God damn it, now that's stuck in my head. We're living together, but still it's farewell. My pitcher's got to be loving this. Because I know it has been way too dry in this house for it. Since I got it. Well, not since I got it, but shortly before I got it. Or after I got it. The humidity started going down and I know it's been suffering. Don't burn the kitchen down. Survival on garlic and broth. Hey, you know what? Every little bit helps. Probably throw some green beans, because I have some of those yet. Probably throw those in a can too, or a jar. But not today. We spent enough time doing this today. We're pushing on the 3-hour mark. Yeah, every head of garlic has gone quicker. It took me like 12 full minutes on the first head. Now it's just going to be a couple minutes on this one, I think. I think we're going to get through this one pretty quick. Okay. Come on. Come on. Everything else has gone easy at this point. Just peel. Finally, now you're making your own music. This is my 7th day straight streaming, by the way, just so you know. Because we played Fallout 4 yesterday. Together. As a family. We played for a while, too. A couple of these are not worth it. This one is. I can't wait to see what these turn out to be and what they're good for. This might be the most exciting project that I've done in this kitchen, short of repairing the wall. Here I burn again, J. Edgar. And my fingers are sticky with garlic juice again. How charming. That is a project I never want to do again. Unless this turns out to be really good. Then I probably will. Alright. Now the fun actually can begin. So let's take this off of here for now. Let's find a home for you. That'll go over here. And we do also need to get the cold water that we prepped earlier. Before I started peeling garlic, before I even turned the stream on, I made a nice bowl of ice water because our next step here is that we have a minute blanch. At which point we'll wash the jars and get them in and sealing. So I'll be off camera on and off for just a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get this boiling. Ah, way to go, that took forever. Now I'm humming the final countdown. Come on, no. Don't fall all over the counter. You can't be soup if you fall all over the counter. I missed a few times, it looks like. Uh-oh, there's something on that burner again, which means that we get to hear the noisy thing. Like we did before. I'll have to cancel Christmas this year at the rate inflation is going. Yo, I think Christmas might be canceled for me anyway. My mom is now out of work. My dad is officially retired. Which is fine. They've worked hard for 40 years. I don't care if Christmas is canceled at this point, honestly. I just want them to relax, finally. After the 37 years I've known them. That would be the best Christmas gift I could get. Itching my ear. Do a little dishes while we're waiting here. Just a couple. So, I don't know how many jars that we are going to get for chicken broth, but we have 4 jars of pickles and 2 jars of garlic. That plus 2 jars, I think I'm going to be set for condiments for a while. And then plus we'll have plenty of chicken for the freezer. Yeah, this is going to turn out to be good, I think. This is going to turn out to be a really good thing. Water into that too in the water bath. Just because we need to. So the next step of this is to blanch the garlic for exactly a minute, and we can't like just leave that in there and go, or approximately a minute. We got to set a timer for this, and then as soon as it's done, it's into the ice water, so it's stopped cooking. So that'll be coming up here in just again. Is it going to burn again? Yeah, I am thrilled that I think my parents are going to be out of the workforce. And like I say, it's not that I don't think that they love what they do. I think they do, but this and a slotted spoon. Meanwhile, we can come over here and start fishing all this out of here. So remember when I said that we're going to leave everything in big, coarse chunks? There's a reason for that, and you're going to see it in just a second. This. Well, take this casserole dish here, move the tablet, and we will get the chicken out of here first. 4 leg quarters coming out. Trying to find my times. There they are. And save the boiled chicken. Not the veggies so much, but save the boiled chicken. Let me get a bag for the veggies. I have a heavier duty plastic bag that I saved specifically for this. It's on the back of this chair and start scooping. And by the time we're done, we will have a nice, evenly cooked, consistent broth with very few chunks still floating in there. I think there's still going to be some chunks in there, but and I think we'll get maybe 4 jars out of that. But yeah, all of these coarse cut veggies can come right out of there, no problem. That water is boiling, so we'll step away from this for just a sec. Let's get this garlic process done. And get these washed so they can be sanitized. Gonna leave a couple rings for them too. My slotted spoon ready. Ready, set. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heat off, remove from heat. And garlic into the cold water to stop cooking. Alright, that is done. Put this over here. That's a little more full than I thought it was going to be. Alright. We're almost there, guys. Pretty soon we'll be putting jars in the stove. Or in the water bath, rather. In fact, we're going to be doing that just about now, won't we? So we'll take these in here. I gotta go get a couple rings. Like I said, rings out the ass, but lids? Yeah, no. 10 minutes on the timer. And we'll be doing one more set of jars, which I think I'm going to set up for 4, but I think I only need 2 on the broth. Alright. Straining broth or just spooning? Just spooning it. Yeah, I don't strain the broth. I never do. I've never seen the point of it. You know, you still have the stuff in there. You'll still have some of the fats and some of the bone chunks in there. And I think that just makes it better. Well, we'll get the big chunks out of there. Keep doing that while we're waiting 10 minutes for the jars to sanitize. And yeah, I'll prep 4 jars for this. We'll probably do 2. Because it's only, I think, a 4-quart Dutch oven. More garlic. Jesus, I don't want to see any garlic ever again. For at least a little while. After that, what do you spend? Just 2 hours just on garlic peeling? And storytelling? And how much I miss my brother? Right. There you go. And now we have a nice golden broth. And possibly some scraps of garlic on the floor. I don't know. Oh no, that's on the counter. So, there we go. Let's get that prepped up. I'll be out of the shop for a little bit, but I'll still be talking to you guys. Let's see, let's do 4. Get those ready to go in the sanitizing water. You know, a smart person would have washed these up along with the garlic jars and then run them together at the same time. Apparently, I'm not a smart person. Alright. Now that we're here, let me get a wipe down off of this cutting board too, because we're going to use that again. Remember how we only used 1/4 of that onion? Well, we're going to use more. Watch this. Cutting board prep, ready to go again. All the way back to the beginning. Now we'll mince this onion up and we'll use this in the brine for the pickles. Not for the garlic, but for the pickles. Rinse this up nice and fine. we're going to do half tracks. High Leaf is back. Good, he missed the entire thing of peeling garlic. Welcome, High Leaf. Welcome back in. I also got my half track from the shop. If you get a half track, what would you do to it? More importantly, what weapons would you put on it? I don't know. I don't feel the need to have a half track. I've got a 4x4. That is also well armed. It's not a tank. I'm not a tank person though either. Okay. Those are set up. Let's get the brine ready. So another pot. To which we will add 4 cups of vinegar. And then 2 more to get 6. That might be tight. Two cups of water. See if I can remember my measurements here. So I'm going to adjust this down just a little bit because the last 2 times I've made stuff it's been way too sweet. So with that we're also going to go with a half cup. All my cups are down here now. I keep forgetting that. I brought everything down here so we didn't have to go into the cabinets at this point. Some sugar. Might have to make another batch of that too. And a half a cup of pickling salt. Come on. If my pickling salt will pour. Is this Grandma's recipe? No. This is internet recipe, but it's one that I'm kind of modifying as I go. based on past experiences I've had with past things that I've made. Half a cup of salt. And we'll get that in and boiling. Oh, fuck, that's hot. Let's get these up out of here. Fish that other lid out of here so we can get that started. Yeah, no, if I would have followed the pickle recipe to a T, that would have been way too sweet, because the last ones were way too sweet. But I also didn't use apple cider vinegar this time. Alright, and for the pickles, let's see. Highly says, I feel like you would put a mortar on a half track because you want to be far from the action, but still help out at a distance. Ron says, is this Grandma's recipe? It is not. My grandma did have a good pickle recipe. I just don't have it. Alright, let's get that started. So for the pickle jars, we will get started with that. We will add in very precise measurements a tablespoon of white onion to each jar. All right, 1 tablespoon. Come on. Don't make me take the lid off. Oops, that one might be a little spicy. A 1/4 teaspoon of red chili flakes. A generous sprig of dill weed. It's more dill weed. A teaspoon of dill seed. A 1/2 teaspoon of celery seed. God damn it, I missed. And a half teaspoon of peppercorn. Then we're going to do the smart thing. Instead of sitting here and prepping these jars to go right away, when we want to go and pour chicken broth, you know, like it would be smart, we'll set these jars in, ready to sanitize, turn them on their side. Need 4 more rings. Not like Ariana Grande, not 5 rings, we just need 4. 4 rings. For 10 minutes you go. And yes, that is our pickle recipe right there. Somebody trying to call you? No, I got it. I did get a notification. I did hear that. I didn't see what it was, but I can see the notifications across the top bar of the phone. Probably a game notification, something fucking stupid like that. Yeah, unfortunately with streaming from the phone, that's what we have. I'd like to set up a better setup for that, but, you know, I don't have it yet. Alright, and then we stuff pickles in, or cucumbers. Turn it onto its side a little bit, so they stack up neatly, somewhat. And we're actually not going to forget this time, because I forgot last time. We also need a touch of alum, but I actually do need to measure that one. Alum. I gotta Google that one quick. How much alum per pint of pickles? If you choose to use firming agents, alum, aluminum potassium sulfate, may be used in firm fermented pickles, but has little crispiness effect on quick process pickles. Well, we're not doing quick process. Alum will increase the firmness when used at levels up to 1/4 teaspoon per pint. Addition of greater than 1/4 teaspoon will decrease firmness. So 1/4 teaspoon is what we need. And somebody who I used to live with, who used to call herself my girlfriend, stole my 1/4 teaspoon, so we will use double of the 1/8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that will, like they said, just improve the crispiness of them, because the last ones that I had were very mushy, and I didn't care for that. It looks like our brine is just about ready to go, so we gotta keep stacking pickles. Gotta keep stacking cukes, man. Take your word for it. I only see your wrists and above. No, people have seen my legs in this stream, which is weird. I think most of you didn't believe that I had legs. Yeah, for a first try, I think we're doing okay with the setup, but Man, once we actually get used to how this works. Alright, brine is done. It has come to a full boil. And then also, I'm not using apple cider vinegar for this because I didn't like how that turned out. And it's my mom and dad if they liked how those pickles turned out, because they should be about ready to crack for them. I cracked mine a little bit early, but you know, it was the mushiness that I didn't like. Pack a few more into this one. I think that might be it. The leg reveal was pretty scandalous. Wasn't expecting the fishnet stockings. Nice. Yeah, and I know, I'm doing this from my phone, in a cabinet, leaning up against a jar of coconut flour. See, they never fit in there quite right the second time. We've got 2 lonely cucumber pieces left over. And I'm going to try, well, hell, I'll lay them down because they're small. There you go. Our pickles are jarred, ready to take brine. Alright, now since this is my first time doing garlic, we will look into that one for a recipe. No, I don't want the IGN page. So in each jar they want 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes, my teaspoon is also missing. So we'll do halves. 1, 2, 1, 2. You would think at this point I would have just gone out and got new stuff. But no, I'm a stubborn fuck. Half teaspoon of celery seed divided. Well, I've already got the half out. And we have celery seed out. Half teaspoon. 1 teaspoon dried oregano divided. Did I take the oregano out? Fuck. Parsley. Hang on. I should have oregano. I might not have oregano. No, I have oregano. I have to. Sage, oregano. Told you. 1 teaspoon of that. $12 peppercorns. We're not counting out 12 peppercorns. Spoiler alert. That's not happening. We're eyeballing that. I'm not counting 24 peppercorns. And 4 bay leaves. Another jar of bay leaves, there it is. The older one first. One. Well, the jars are getting ready to come out. Two. Three. Four. One. Two. And four. That'll be our seasoning pack for the garlic that we spent 2 hours peeling. Alright, let's just wait for a sec for that to come out. We'll get these out of here quick. We're almost done, you guys. Eh? These up out of here. Oops, that one lay down. That's toasty. Alright, then we're ready to do broth. No, don't you dare fall down there. How dare you! How dare you! Yeah, I got another notification again. I heard it, and you probably did too. Yeah, the only downside of streaming from the phone. I have an abundance of basil this year. Seems like it liked the excessive dryness. Yeah, basil usually does. Basil does better when it's dry. Alright. Let's get this garlic in the jars. Hand wash in here. So we're handling equipment. All right, to the jars. A little bit out of there for headspace, because that's important. And garlic, ready to pickle. Okay. Now, comes the fun part. Take this over here. Back to where we're working. Do this off the counter. I'm going to do this on the stove top, I think. We might do this on the counter yet after all. Bye. Save that for the freezer. That's where that's going. Get all these little rings off of here and start pouring. So this, one of those great times when, you know, I specifically use the cookie sheet for this because that will take up the spills. Make less of a mess on the counter that we've got to clean up later, because I can take the cookie sheet and dump that straight into the sink. We're going to take the brine, and we're going to do the broth first because we're going to see how much of that we actually got. Don't have a funnel for this, so we've got to kind of eyeball it. First, we're going to move that a little bit more towards the middle. See what we can do. Oops. Spill over. Oh, we got a full 3. And then we'll save a little bit in the other one. Make something with that. So we came out with 1 big Dutch oven with 3 up to the headspace line, and then just a little bit left over that we can turn around and use for a recipe or something, or to make vegetables look nice. So that's good. Now let's go ahead and do these over here. The brine. See if we got to whip up another batch of that. Seems much heavier. Ooh, that's really hot, but that's why we did the cookie sheet. Jeez. You know what? I have a better idea for that. Where'd the pouring cup that I used go? That's Pyrex. Heat resistance, and that's a bigger target. And it's got a pour spout. Sometimes you get to see your favorite streamer learn in real time. Yeah, that was much easier. And we don't have to make another batch. we go. Let's put lids on here. Let's get this. Let's get these in the canning liquid and let's get done. So wide mouth lids that we saved from taking the wide mouth jars. Boy, it would be cool if the guy who hosted this show turned off his notifications. Bet you y'all would appreciate that. Wide mouth. Wide mouth rings. They say to go finger or hand tight on these. I do go a little bit tighter just because I want to make sure that there is a seal. And I think what hand tight is to like an arthritic old lady who's doing this. Not necessarily what hand tight is for me. Kind of like the lattice on the pure jars, the new ones that I got today, just based literally on the fact that they've got the pattern on them. It's easier to grip while you're putting your lids on. It's kind of cool. All right. Now we need small lids. Where are my small lids? There they are. Standard size lids for standard size jars. Oh, they even put them in a little plastic baggie. How nice of them. We'll put this one other lid on there too, even though we're not going to be canning that one. Just to keep the stuff out of it and keep it from drying out while it's in the fridge. That's it. Put some rings on here. Okay, and put that last ring on. Oh, I'm sorry, no, we've got 3 more. All one good hard twist yet. Hey, this is better than collecting bottle caps. Nothing is better than collecting bottle caps. Bottle caps will be the true currency of our society. In fact, Fallout has taught me what belongs in a safe. 4 bottle caps, 2 stacks of pre-war money, a few rounds of random ammunition, and a popular soda in a bottle. That's what you keep in your safe as valuables. That's what I learned from Fallout. One more. Can we fit them all in here? We can. 7 jars. 10 minutes seal time. Starts now. All right. We're going to put this in the fridge and we're going to do some reflections on what happened here today. So, reflections on today's process and what we did here today. I'm going to do cooking streams again. I'm not going to peel garlic for 3 hours on stream ever again. You have my word on that. You will never, ever, 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 ever have to deal with that on stream again. It was fun. I'm glad I did it. I'm very glad that I did it. I am pouring sweat off right now too, by the way. I don't know if you guys can tell that or not. Hopefully the light behind me takes some of the obviousness off of that, but yeah, it's nice and humid in here. But no, this, and as I said at the top of the stream, for those of you who have stuck around through the entire thing, this is something that you should all learn how to do. This is something you should know how to do. I'm going to do some cleanup here while we're doing this too, while I'm talking with you guys. Get rid of the trash. Now we got to cut onions yet too. But I might do that on my own. Yeah. And there again, it's, I mean, you pick up the extra can of whatever it is, green beans or whatever, while you're at the store, or the rice, because that'll keep you going for a little while. Keep a few extra carbs on hand. I don't even eat carbs, but I do keep a few extra carbs on hand rather. Just in case, because I know that's quick energy and that's quick something to get me going and keep me going. In case shit does hit the fan. So yeah, just keep a little bit of rice on, and I do have some coconut flour here too, if I do need to stay with my low carb diet. But yeah. But do some of this stuff yourself, absolutely. Because, I mean, you all know, everybody who watched this and everybody who watches this on the replay, God, I hope that there are people who watch this, who see the 4-hour timestamp and still want to come back and watch some of this on the replay. But, you know, you see the 4 hours off of this, but, you know exactly what's in all of these jars. And I know exactly what's in all of these jars. So I don't have to sit back and wonder, okay, is this preservative going to be bad for me? Is this going to kill me? Is this going to do this or is this going to do that? No, I know everything that is in every single one of those jars. Because I put it in every one of those jars. So, yeah, pick up some time, grab some jars. If you can find some jars, I mean, Amazon is your best bet. And I don't want to tell people to go run to Amazon every time they want something. I don't. But it's going to be your best bet at this point because this stuff is getting bought out left and right at stores. The jars, the lids, everything else, that's bought out everywhere. So, yeah, there is that. And, by the way, once this is done and we pull everything up back out, which I got to get a towel laid down here real quick. So let's get the sugar up here out of the way. Whatever that mixture of brine and broth was. Right back. We'll get those pulled out of there right away. Yeah, everyone's seen my legs. Huh? And my ass. But yeah, I mean, if you have any questions about this, some of this I've Googled and some of this I know from it, just inherently learning how to do this. From learning how to do some of this when I was younger and being curious enough about it to be able to do it. So, yeah, I'm here. I'll answer your questions, but yeah, absolutely. Anything you want to go out and try, I highly recommend doing. This has been fun, and I do want to pull these for you guys before we go, so we will wait the extra 6 minutes to come back off here. Then we'll go in the other room and we'll do a raid before we head out of here too. We will do a raid, because I don't know who's on right now. I know we're not going to go see Christensen, because I don't like him. But yeah, we'll go raid somebody too on the Twitch side, for those of you. I think everybody watched us on YouTube side tonight though, so who knows? Maybe there is somebody watching on Twitch. Say hi if you're watching on Twitch or lurking. The lurkers and the listeners. Maybe we won't go. I gotta eat something yet tonight too. Maybe it'll be chicken. I got plenty of chicken. I bet you I can find a way to cook it. I got burger I gotta eat up though, otherwise it's gonna go bad. I took burger out. I actually bought burger fresh yesterday. Didn't eat it, and I need to, because otherwise I have to freeze it, and then it's gonna be fucking crap. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for dinner tonight. And we'll probably have some chicken tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if I'll freeze that chicken. Maybe I'll just eat it. Now I got ring bologna. What's that about ours? Yeah, I went in the other room and you saw my ass. Or what little bit of ass I have. Because I got fat and it all came to my stomach. I don't know why, but it all did. Welcome, honeybee. Yeah, we're just waiting for the processing to be done. On the canning. Yeah, I would love to do more of this here, because I love to cook. Like I said, it's not going to be a 3.5 hour stream. Like this one was. But I didn't know what I was getting into when I said I was going to have to peel 1.5 pounds of garlic either. We won't do that on stream ever again. That was a one-off. But you learned with me at the same time. And there's some other recipes I want to share with you. I know Katie Zed, if she ever comes back in or shows up off of this, wants my recipe for, wants to watch me make stuffed French toast, which I guess we'll have to come back and take a day where I can take off from carbs. We'll do that. I will definitely do that on stream for you guys, because that is such a fun recipe to do. Stuffed French toast, do that on the waffle iron too. Maybe do some waffle iron biscuits. That'll be a short stream. I gotta get off these carb recipes, man, because I don't eat carbs. You know what we can do? I can teach you how to make my coconut flour pancakes. Still trying to get a pressure cooker, saving up. I don't have one of those. I just got the water bath. But it does what I needed to do. I would rather save money right now, get those last little bits of debt that are hanging up over my head. I got to get those off from hanging over my head. Get rid of those and then go buy a property. That's got to be my next thing. Especially if my buddy Saint is going to come up here and live with me. We don't want to have him out there living in somewhere, in something that's rented, and then all of us have to go and figure out what to do with the lease at the end of it. No. We want to have him a chance where he can come up and I own the house, and then he can stay there whenever he needs to, and when he decides that he wants to go and run off, there's no sort of a lease or anything off there. I just say, okay, cool. Go buy your house, dude. And we might go west for that too. But I also might be moving somebody back. I don't know. I don't know if that's a reality or a pipe dream. It'd be interesting. That's for sure. 2 more minutes. Then we'll get everything up out of here. And then later on throughout the night, I'll start to hear things go pop, pop, pop as the cans fall. But yeah, no, we're not going to do another 3-hour stream like this. I'm sweating. I'm drenched. Leibt to the Max knows way more about me than I ever thought that one of my streamer friends would. But thank you, Leibt to the Max. She knows that my ex-fiance gave me a copy of A Walk to Remember to read. I hadn't thought about that in years. The stuff that comes up when you just have to talk for 3 hours, 42 minutes, and 53 seconds to fill the dead air. Now I understand why the cooking show hosts just have everything pre-made and pulled out of the oven. But yeah, no, we'll do some more of this. 1 more minute. Let me get my canning clamp. And let's get these out of here. I bought this just for this stream. I think we're going to do some more canning again too, by the way. I think we'll do some more of that, just not garlic. I never want to see another clove of garlic again. Except for tomorrow when I want to shove something full of garlic. Because I do love garlic. Maybe one of these days I will eat a clove of garlic on stream. Not when I'm going across state tomorrow to go look for possibly a job, but maybe. Maybe I'll do that on stream just to see what happens. We'll see. 2, 1. There they are. Let's get the canning clamp out here and let's pull some jars. This is so much easier than doing this with my big rubber oven mitt on. Or neoprene or whatever the fuck it is. No, we won't be doing 5 push-ups for this. I can say the naughty words. You can already see some of the seasoning and stuff mixing up into there too. This is going to be great. Yes, I am putting them on a towel. I'll show you in just a second. Get everything else back out of here. And my now messy kitchen, by the way. Which is fine, I don't mind that. I don't mind cleaning up the kitchen if it means I get to hang out with my friends. Even my stream friends, I like you guys. And I also like this canning clamp. That was a good $12 spend. And by the way, since I turned the camera on and did this in front of you guys, that's also a tax write-off. Get that burner turned off when we're done with it for the night. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pull that off of there too, so it all cools down quicker. Whew. Jesus, that's hot. Whew. It's hot in here too. Alright, let's have a look at our final product. Make them look kind of nice, you know. Alright, and then we are going to go walk over and look at the plants too, because I promised. But there we go. 4 jars of pickles. 2 jars of pickled garlic. I can't wait to see how that goes and how that winds up tasting. And 3 jars of homemade chicken broth. Right here on this stream. It is delightful. Wait for it, lightful. Alright, let's go look at the carnivores, because somebody asked me about that. And I said, Jesus Christ. I put this at the close of my face, now you can see where I was dripping sweat and pouring off sweat. I need a shower now. Alright, and once again, I can't see your live chat anymore, because it's behind me. Well, let's lean down and have a look at this. It's a little dark because the light... Actually, I can turn the grow light back on, because I've got manual control on that. So it'll give us some light. It'll be a purple light, but it'll give us some light off of this. Alright. So there is my tropical pitcher plant, my Nepenthes. Getting ready to push another pitcher off too and open it back up, which means I'll have to feed it. But that's part of the reason I moved them out here too, is because, this plant needs to be in humidity in order to fill its pitcher with liquid, and it wasn't. Not in the bedroom. It's too cold in there and it doesn't get humid. And I do like it cold. Plus, now with a grow light, I could take a nap in the middle of the afternoon. What a novel concept. There is my Cape Sundew. Doing well. The last time we saw that on stream, we've grown several new leaves off of that, so I got to trim a few too, give it a haircut, because it looks like we've got a few of them died. But yeah, this one got quite a meal of mosquitoes over the last part of the season, so that was cool. My Butterwort, which with the grow light you can't see all the buttery goodness on the leaves, but it's there. And my basic bitch Venus flytrap. And then I've also got 2 onions that didn't grow and 1 that's trying. So that's my garden right here. Holy crap, I am sweating. All right, let's go find someone else to watch. And I'll go clean this up. There you go, Ron. There's the wall. There it is. I told you, it is no longer burnt up. I told you I fixed it. All right, we got to go in the other room. My live chat's going to stay over here, though. I do see some live chat I want to address here. That's what she said. Good deal on the $3 pressure cooker. Ron, I didn't see any fire. Did you do everything right? Yes. Yes, I did do everything right. Honeybee is happy with what we built here. It says, oh, you use adobo as well, one of my favorite seasonings. Yes, and it's Goya adobo, by the way. There is no better adobo than Goya. Why? Because it pisses people off. That's why. All right, let's go find someone to raid on the Twitch side, and let's say goodnight, shall we? It'll be kind of a sudden goodnight, I can tell you that. Because, well, I don't have outro music on my phone, like I would on everything else. And if there's a way to do it, I haven't figured it out yet with the Streamlabs mobile. But, at some point we'll go ahead and we'll get some sort of setup for that, where it's an actual webcam. Not necessarily just what we're seeing coming off of my phone. I can probably get an out camera. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream off that laptop anymore, because it took forever to start up today. But yeah, we'll do that. But let's go find someone to raid, shall we? Because I can do that from my computer. I don't even know if there's anybody watching over on the Twitch side. We had some views, I can see that. Alright, let's do this. Let's see, who can we raid? Let's see. Elegy, Skeletora. I don't think that's who's streaming, is it? Because that's the same people that were on last night. I guess let's do Yennefer again. So if you guys are over on the Twitch side, we're going to meet Lady Yennefer. The rest of us are going to head off of here. So let's get that done up, ready to go. Looks like she must have just started too. Ready to go with that. I'll throw my headphones on because then I'll be able to hear her. But with that getting ready to go, we're going to head out of here for the night. Thanks everybody who came by and hung out with me throughout everything here. To Leibt the Max, who kept me company through the majority of the stream, in spite of the fact that my hands now reek of garlic and will probably for a few days. And I have the garlic acid under my thumbnails too. But still, we had a great conversation. This was a great time. We will do this again. We'll do more cooking. Probably not 4 hours worth of cooking. we're not going to do that anymore. That's done. We're done with that. We're not doing that no more. But, oh, hey, you won't be able to hear it through the audio anymore because I don't have the audio on because they're on my phone and I have the headphones on. So we're going to head out of here for the day. Thank you, everybody, once again. We will see you tomorrow for more contemporary. And tomorrow night for the Red Net Show featuring my friend Seawall. See you guys then. Until then, take care, and I'm J. Edgar.